The flies and the honey pot. A number of flies were attracted to a jar of honey which had been overturned in a housekeeper's room, and placing their feet in it, ate greedily. Their feet, however, became so smeared with the honey that they could not use their wings nor release themselves, and were suffocated. Just as they were expiring, they exclaimed, "O foolish creatures that we are, for the sake of a little pleasure we have destroyed ourselves." So these flies saw the honey, very good metaphor for a lot of alluring things in our lives, um, and they they jumped in it. They jumped into this honey. They ate greedily, so they had a lot of. They were just unthinking, So it sort of implies that, or if you wanted to look at that short phrase, you could think like their logic was sort of clouded. Their judgment was clouded by their greed, um, and their ravenous eating habits, their ravishing eating habits. Um, their feet, however, become so smeared with the honey that they couldn't use their wings, so their feet got like stuck in the honey, and so they're trying to, if they tried to get out with their wings, it didn't work. They couldn't release themselves. They were suffocated, kind of like moat, or if you're inside concrete that's drying and your feet are in it, it's going to dry with your feet in it. So they were suffocated. Remember, these are tiny, tiny flies, so totally suffocated. Picturing a fly in honey. Just as they were expiring, just as they were dying, they exclaimed, "Oh, foolish creatures that we are." You've heard that phrase, "Fools rush in." So yeah, they definitely rushed in and threw logic and good judgment out the window, and for sake of a little pleasure, enjoying this deliciousness called honey, they've destroyed themselves. So it was a kind of a sad way to go. Pleasure bought with pains hurts. Um, there are a lot of really good quotes that this sort of resounds, where this sort of rings true and clear. So yeah, it's a really good parable, and it's very clear with regards to removing all logic and good judgment just because you get excited about something, um, you know, greed, or fill in the blank, right? So the flies on the honey pot, I think Aesop was right on with this story. Thank you very much.